thought I'd share something with you that I've been thinking about now for probably around 2 years or so, which I've never really thought about before in my life. So you know how you have plants, trees, seeds, seedlings and all that kind of thing. I don't know if you ever thought of life like this, but we start off as a seed, right? The same as plant starts off as a seed, you know. So say for example you grow a courgette, because I'll just refer to courgettes because courgettes are one of the most easiest plants to grow from seed, because the seed's quite large, just FYI. And so you put the seed in the soil, and you give it the conditions it needs, okay? So you give it light. Plants are simple, okay? Not like humans or animals. You give them water, light. Well, you don't really want to give them too much sun when they're young because it burns them. So you want to give them the perfect conditions for optimal growth. So we have the light, water, and right amount of light, right amount of water, and what else? Soil, nutrients in the soil. So if you water the seedling too much, it will rot and die. If you don't water it enough, it will rot and die. I mean, I said it was simple, but it's really actually not that simple. If you give the plant too much sun, then it will die. So the seedling, too much sun, it will die. If you give it too much darkness, it will also die. So also if a plant, so you say for example you have your seedling, because the time that the seedling's young, which is similar to when we're young, that's the most vulnerable time for the plant or the human's life, or animal's life. So when they're younger, when the plant's young, and when the animal or human's young, that's the most important time for the development, for how they grow in the future. So for example, if you leave a seedling or a seed that's grown into a seedling in a tray with lots of other seeds, it's going to not be able to grow and perform properly, basically because, I don't know if you understand how plants grow, but if you have them all together, there's not enough space for their roots to grow, and they basically get stunted. And then even if you want to transplant it to a new home or into a new destination or plant place in your garden, it will be stunted. And like for example, if you buy some cauliflower seedlings and you leave them there to sit for, even if you water them every day, you leave them there to sit for 2 months, right? They will start to grow into cauliflowers, and they will start to become probably little mini cauliflowers if you end up giving up. I don't know if you'll carry on doing that, but the plants get to a point in their life where they get stunted, and even if you transplant them, they're not going to grow to their full size again, or they will never be able to perform to their true size and true self. I'm trying to refer to us and plants as one, because we are technically one. So I was just talking about how the plants get stunted because of their conditions. So I'm a firm believer that animals and people get stunted in their growth as well if they don't have optimal conditions. And the problem is that if the optimal conditions are not provided at those early stages for the child or the plant or the animal, then they will find things very hard. Sometimes they never recover because of that stunted growth. So you kind of refer to a stunted plant that hasn't been given the right nutrients and the right environment to a human who doesn't have the right nutrients and the right environment. They're the same. So how do you help a stunted human become something that is a tree? How do you turn a stunted plant into a tree? Well, I don't know that answer right now, but all I know is that a stunted plant is always stunted. You can't, like, if you have a tree that has been in a bag for too long, a lot of you people who grow plants will know this. If you have a plant that sits in a bag for too long, that's root bound, say it's been in the same bag, small bag for like 2 or 3 years, they sell it for cheap because it's stunted and it probably won't grow to its full potential, or the chances of it growing to its full potential are very, very low. Well, is there anybody who knows about how to relieve stunted growth? Because technically we are nature. Nature is us. We're supposed to be growing like trees. We're supposed to be going from strength to strength and putting new branches out and learning new skills and growing and supporting the trees around us or supporting the people around us. That's kind of what we're supposed to do. Like, we're supposed to be like a shelter belt tree or like a forest, but how do you prevent stunted, or not prevent, because obviously it's already been done, but how do you help stunted growth in humans? So that's my main question, because I know that, like I said, we're supposed to be growing like trees. But if you're stunted, you're always stunted. But is there anything you can do to help with that exposure or that trauma that people have been through, to help move them forward into a way where they're actually growing themselves and moving forward and becoming more of a tree and not remaining a stunted plant for their whole life? Because if you're a stunted plant, you don't benefit really anyone else. You don't even benefit yourself, because stunted plants don't really have a place. Like, stunted humans don't really have a place in society. They just don't know who they are. They don't know what they want. They don't know what to do with themselves because of the exposure of what has happened to them. But is there a way that we can kind of try and figure out how to allow people to feel their pain, express their pain, and then start taking those steps to move forward into a place where they love themselves and accept themselves? And I don't know, I feel like maybe hitting rock bottom is one thing that helps you to move up and grow. Like, what do you do to make your life better? What do you do? Have you been a stunted plant? Were you exposed to things that you probably maybe shouldn't have been exposed to as a child? That's hindered your growth. I'd love some feedback on what has helped you. And I feel like trees don't really have anyone to help them. I feel like we have the ability to help each other, but then again, I don't know. Anyway, love the feedback, and let me know if you ever have thought about life like a tree or like a plant, like thinking of ourselves like a seed and a seedling, and thinking of us growing like a tree, putting branches out and fruiting and being fruitful in our life, and producing fruit for ourselves, fruit for others, and fruit for everyone. Because ideally I think that's where we're supposed to be as individuals and in society. Alright, thanks for the lovely chat. I hope you enjoyed my analogy.